First, want to say sending you love and light and all good things your way. I'm really sorry that you have any idea how this feels. It sucks. I want to talk about the part where it says people romanticize T21 because I think this is something I've wanted to share but been very hesitant to. I think if I'm being fully honest, before this situation, I was one of those people. So my husband's a surgeon, and when we first learned the diagnosis, but we didn't have a medical picture yet, my husband and I had, very serious, intentional conversations about a lot of things. But I noticed this one big difference between him and I. I talked a lot about, hey buddy, sort of like the people I saw in the community and the people I'd interacted with, and and my husband shared sort of his interactions with children and adults with trisomy 21, and we had vastly different experiences. So I was coming from a place of like media, social media, community, and one of the things he pointed out was like there's such an inherent bias in that. So he's seeing, and there's an inherent bias for him as well, right? Like he's seeing the most sick, the most fragile, the worst case kind of scenarios in the hospital and surgery rooms and all of that. But I'm also seeing best case scenario. I'm seeing kids that don't have such behavioral issues that they're in a group home. They're not so medically fragile that they can be out in the community and they can go to Target and they can go to school and they can do all of these things because they're A, high functioning enough, and B, they're like medically stable. And then there's this whole social media sort of campaign or group that, the function of it is to persuade you to think that it's wrong to TFMR for this diagnosis. And so I think there's a lot of like misinformation or information that's not totally shared because it's on social media. I don't see a whole lot of kids that, or even adults that are like, hey, yeah, super medically fragile, super high behavioral issues. This is really tough because of this, that, and the other. It's the opposite of that. Like, and so you're not getting the full picture and you're not seeing all of it. And you're also seeing a very certain demographic too, like 0 to 13 years old. You're not getting a whole lot of representation past that.